Hey, this is John Hayes on the 100-mile bike commute. So back in the man cave again today, I'm afraid. It's an absolute terrible day outside. Lots of wind, lots of rain. But yep, it didn't stop me and my 7-year-old daughter commuting into school and work this morning. It's kind of funny because when we were cycling along, there were loads of people staring out from their car windows looking at us with a mixed degree of sympathy and perhaps even disgust as well. It's funny because we were motoring along much faster than they were going because they were stuck in a traffic jam, probably because of the weather. It's also funny, the guys that are looking at us with contempt, most of them look like they could do with getting on a bike ride now and again. So hey, who's the winner and who's the loser there? But that's not what today's show is all about. I had some bad news yesterday. I took my bike in to get it self-serviced, get some of the winter out of the drive chain, and the diagnosis wasn't good. I've had my bike now for about 4 or 5 years, and it was an entry-level road bike. I didn't spend a lot of money on it, so when you do 100 miles every week, it's bound to wear out. And I take it along to the bike shop probably twice a year. You get a new chain, occasionally a new cassette, obviously new tyres, cables and so on. But when I took it along last night, they pointed out 101 things that were wrong with the bike. It's wearing out. I mean, if it was a horse, it would probably be shot. So it's that time in life again where you need to buy a new bike. So when I talk about bikes a lot, while I'm really, really passionate about bike riding, I'm not an expert on what makes a good bike. So I want to ask a question to the community here on the 100-mile bike commute. If you had a certain budget, what bike would you buy? Now, you probably need to know a little bit about the kind of cycling I do. I call myself a lifestyle and leisure cyclist, and that primarily means that I use my bike to commute in and out of work, and I also use it for longer rides at the weekend and occasionally longer tours as well, so multi-day trips here in the UK and across Europe. So what I'm looking for is something that's nippy enough to get me into the office, but also something that's strong enough to support my weight and the weight of a couple of panniers on at the back as well to go on a little cycling holiday. Now, budget is important. I don't have a lot of money to throw at this project, so I'm going to ask you to give me recommendations based on 3 price brackets. So if you had £500, £800 and £1,000, what kind of bike would you recommend? So that's £500, £800 and £1,000. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the question out today on YouTube, share it with our social media, and we'll come back to this video again in a couple of weeks' time when we've got some responses, and we'll take a look at what people recommend. So if you want to stay in touch with this journey, hit the subscribe button and we'll forward you any new videos that come in on the topic. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like. My name's John Hayes. We'll catch up with you again on the 100-mile bike commute very soon.